Hi friends, today in this Azure Solution Architect training videos, we are going to cover how to gather information about the existing enterprise architecture. As a solution architect, we need to collect all the details regarding existing enterprise architecture. First, we have to understand the infrastructures. If you look at the infrastructure, there are three infrastructure models are there. Infrastructure deployment generally falls into one of the three models. The first is on premises. In on premises environment, we have hardware, software, hardware lies, rack servers, tower servers, blade servers. These are all physical servers. We have software, Windows Server 2022. We have server OS. We have client OS. We have router, switch, firewall. So we need to collect all the details about the on-premises infrastructures. This on-premises infrastructure it is owned and managed by the organization. Organization spend huge amount of money like 10 lakh, 20 lakhs to set up on-premises infrastructures. In the on-premises infrastructures, the IT team within the organization they have full control. There will be a strict regulatory or compliance need. So mostly nowadays companies keeping their on-premises infrastructures because of the strict regulatory or compliance requirement by the client or partners or government. For example, if it is a pharmaceutical company, they have their own data centers either within their corporate office or it is a separate one or it may be a co-located one. So we need to collect all the details regarding the on-premises infrastructures. Next one is cloud infrastructures. Nowadays, most of the companies are migrating their resources to the cloud. They have compute resources like VMs, apps, databases, and storage resources, networks like NHG, ASG, load balancers, Azure firewalls. We can create a cloud infrastructure similar to the on-premises infrastructure. Whatever the resource we keep in on-premises like firewalls, servers, apps, DBs, everything you can deploy in cloud, Azure cloud or AWS cloud. So we need to collect all the details about the cloud infrastructures. If you look at the ownership and management for the cloud infrastructures, it is rented and managed by the cloud service providers. In cloud infrastructures, organizations are spending for OPEX, operational expenditure. In on-premises infrastructure, organizations spending for capex, capital expenditure. If you look at the key driver for the cloud infrastructures is scalability, flexibility, and speed of deployment, cost optimization. Because of these key drivers, most of the companies they are migrating their cloud resources. They are migrating their on-premises resources to the cloud. The third model is hybrid infrastructures. It is a blend of on-premises resources with public cloud services connected by secure link like Azure Express route. So we can connect the on-premises as well as cloud infrastructure using Express route. If you look at the ownership and management, both the organizations and cloud provider have the shared responsibilities. Here the key drivers are optimizing cost while maintaining the control over sensitive data legacy systems. Hybrid infrastructures, for example, if you take the pharmaceutical company or banking sector, they will keep their legacy apps, legacy software apps, everything in the on-premises infrastructure. They would run the latest apps in the cloud infrastructures. As a solution architect, we have to follow a step-by-step approach. The first one is preparation phase. So we have to review all the available documents, architecture diagrams, change management, CMDB entries, cloud strategy papers, IT policies. As a solution architect, we need to schedule a call with key stakeholders like CIO, CTO, enterprise architect, infrastructure managers, security and compliance officers, application owners, network and operation team. So, as a solution architect, we need to interact with the people, these key stakeholders, gather the relevant information. It will help for the decision making. So, we have collect all the necessary information from this stakeholder. It will be useful for cloud migration or hybrid integration or modernization. Here the scope is either be a cloud migration or hybrid integration or modernization. Step number two is stakeholder interview and workshop. As a solution architect, we need to connect with the business leaders and identify their focus area like strategies, goals, pain points, and driver for the cloud adaptation. So we need to ask a lot of questions to gather the information like what are the top three business outcomes expected from the Azure, what are the current IT challenges. So we need to schedule a meeting with business leaders, gather all this information. It will helpful for decision making process. And we have to, as a solution architect, we have to connect with the enterprise architect. We have to collect the details regarding enterprise architecture, like high level architecture, standard and tech stacks. So we have to ask some key question like what architecture pattern are in use, like SOA, microservice or monolithic. As a solution architect, we need to collect information regarding the infrastructure and operations, like data center, servers, network topology, backup, DR. See, these are the focus area in information, infrastructure and operations. Here, the key questions are like what is the current hosting model, how are workloads deployed and managed, and then application owner. As a solution architect, we need to interact with the application owners. We have to schedule a call, lead a Scrum meetings. Here, the focus area is application inventory, dependencies, and lifecycle performance. As a solution architect, we have to identify focus area. We have to gather the relevant information by asking key questions like which application are mission critical, what are the dependencies and integration point, and then data analytics team. We have to identify and collect the information regarding databases, storage, ETL pipelines, reporting. Here the here the key question is what are the data sources and data governance process followed in the organization. Finally, it is security and compliance. It's mainly focused on identity access management (IAM), policies, regulatory requirement. Here we need to ask the key question like what standard like ISO, SOC, GDPR, HIPAA must be met. How is access managed? As a solution architect, we need to connect with the respect key stakeholders, gather as much as information possible that will help us to make decision or design implement infrastructures. Step number 3 is current state architecture assessment. So we have to assess the current infrastructures. We have to assess current application architecture. So we have to run the assessment regarding the infrastructures like on-premises data center topology, compute resource VM servers clusters, and then storage SAN, NAS, object storage, network, WAN, LAN, VPN, firewall, backups, DR, and monitoring. These will be covered in the infrastructures. So we have to run the assessment to collect all the details regarding on-premises, regarding compute resources, regarding storage, network, and backup and DR. Applications. So we have to identify the application architecture. We have to collect application inventory and their classification like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Then technology stack like languages, frameworks. You have to gather hosting models, VMs, containers, PaaS services, and then integration point and dependencies, current pain points like scalability, performance, maintenance. We have to collect all this information. Then it is data architecture, database types, SQL, NoSQL, DB, data lakes, and then data flow and integration, then data quality, retention, lineage, governance, reporting and analytics platform, Power BI, Tableau, etc. So we have to gather all this information regarding the data architecture, regarding the application architecture, regarding the infrastructures, and finally it is security and compliance. We have to run the assessment for identity and access management, Active Directory, Azure AD, Okta. The security firewalls, network security, firewalls, energy, VPNs, data protection, encryption and DLP policies, compliance frameworks, incident response and audit process. And then operation and governance. We have to run the assessment to gather information regarding ITSMS tool, ServiceNow, Jira, monitoring and alerting, change management process, cost management practices, existing governance model. So all the information we have to gather, we have to collect and store it in Excel sheet as a report. As a solution architect, you will be responsible for gathering all the information regarding infrastructures, application architecture, data architecture, security and compliance, operation and governance. All these part you will take care of. Or you are working as a team which is working on all these areas. Fourth is document deliverable. After the discovery process, we have to produce the current state architecture diagram document. So we have to prepare the current state architecture diagram and share it to the client, like architecture diagram, infrastructure and application inventory, data flow and integrations. So we have to prepare document for pinpoints and gap analysis, identify bottlenecks, identify the risk, and identify area for improvement. Third is readiness assessment for Azure. We have to run this and get technical readiness, skill readiness, process and governance readiness. Recommendation. Fourth is recommendation. Quick wins and modernization opportunities. Prioritized roadmap for Azure adaptation. So we have to prepare document for all these aspects. Tools and technique. Like Azure Migrate for discovery and assessment of workload. Azure Arc for hybrid visibility. Microsoft Cloud Adaptation Framework, CIF, a guiding methodology. Microsoft Assessment Tool for security and governance. We have to conduct interviews, workshop, and documentation review with the respective stakeholders. Also, onboarding questionnaire. We will see this in the next video. Thank you.